Yo, what is good? My anime people. It's good, yo. I just wanted to get some daily content out, and I slept on it, thought about it for a little bit, and I decided to go with Attack on Titan and why you should watch season 1 through 3, because I am not going to spoil anything that I kind of know and been teased about when it comes down to people watching trailers and reacting. Uh, but regardless of all that, I want to tell you why you should watch that. I just killed 2 of them. That's what's up. This show is probably the most confusing one I've seen people try to digest. And I say that because once you get through the first and the second season, or you get through to a point where the characters more than the Titans are stealing the show, and that's very, very a long portion of the show, and still has uh, some chance of doing that regardless of that being the case. Like, that being the case is the humans start to do decent, and sometimes the Titans are just obstacles, like moving through certain terrain and whatnot. So it was nice to see how much different details were put into just how hard and disgustingly broken the Titans seemed, to the point where we can actually think about a future for some of these characters and wonder what they would be like if they actually had the time and knowledge to continue to grow as not just people, but a huge family of people that all kind of have the same thoughts process of, we need to take these people out because they're dangerous. We need to take these people out because they're going to hurt others if we don't. So not only do we get to see that progression of story, we then get in some dark, morally gray aspects where the show just goes off the rails, in my opinion. It goes out, it goes above and beyond, and that's mainly due to how they handle the politics and how they handle the higher up people that just have um, a lot more say than anyone else, right? Like, their say is law, and if you try to go against it, they just have some people snuff you out or something. Like, not even snuff, like, they actually had people trained to fight our scouts, like, that's the type of levels of messed up the show will go to, and have you wondering, like, what what is going on when it comes down to the humans' actual goals against them each other. And that's what was cool. Like, you don't really get a show where they kind of stray away from their main process that they made up for you. For instance, a great example of that is Goku having to defend Earth all the time for the rest of his life, because he lives there. Like, if he leaves and he's just a traveler, um, that wouldn't be the case, right? Now you have to go find Goku, or you can get Goku to go somewhere while he's already going there and trap him. He's not just confined to one planet. Um, that's the case here. They are stuck, and they only have each other, and each other were scared of the same enemy until they found out another human might be their enemy. So, it's very, very interesting in the overall grand grip and grasp of the show. And to mind you, I'm not telling you this just because you should watch the show, because I'm guessing a lot of people have, and there is some point, if you haven't finished it, that you just didn't like it. And I would love to hear those comments and whatnot, because to be fair, I was brought in on it just by finding it and hearing about it on my own. So that's what makes anime to me the most impressive, is when you can just hear a title or see a trailer where you just found it, like it was just there. Somehow you clicked on it, right? And after you've done it, you haven't stopped watching and learning about this world and story simply because you watched one trailer. That was this show for me. And I have a lot of shows that I like, and this one did it easily. But now that we're in a very morally gray position where it comes down to who should I really be rooting for, because if you believe war is good against our own people, then then it's not a morally gray situation for you at this point. But for me, I'm not sure if I agree with any of this stuff that it seems to be going on, because with finding out about how our people were treated, and like I said, I'm going through season 3 stuff, which you got a lot of watching. I'm pretty sure by the time you watch this and try to remember everything I say in this video, you won't remember exactly how it's going to go by me talking about it. That's kind of my plan. I don't want you to just be like, oh, I've seen it, heard it, I know it. You should get a fresh experience as well, like a lot of people do. But like I said, I don't expect a lot of people who don't even watch Attack on Titan to even watch this video. Um, I hope so. Like, I hope I put a grabbable clip thing or a thumbnail to catch them. But people who don't want to watch Attack on Titan anymore have a pretty good reason. But from the reactions I'm getting on certain trailers, this show is coming to an end. This show is very, very close to the end, and it might be, I mean, not close to the end, they're saying it's the end. And if the manga hasn't finished, it just kind of goes to show that the author is either more than confident in how he's going to come to the conclusion, and he doesn't really need to even specify that anything could change, right? Like, if Naruto was going to always end the way Naruto was going to end, the anime could have did it before the manga, is all I'm saying, if it came down to it. Um, if that's how confident they knew the story was going to end, like Sasuke versus Naruto, or whatever, all the other stuff that popped off, they would just have to already know. Why can't I climb? Okay. But yeah, with that being said, I gotta get to work soon. I just want to get something out to you guys real quick. This was just on the top of my head. Like, some people actually have not watched this show, and some people actually don't want to watch this show. So I can understand all of that. Definitely want you guys to have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, Theanimeg. And like I said, if you have watched it and you stopped watching, why? Tell me why. That'd be amazing. Because I just want to know. But yeah, all that being said, take care and peace. Gotta get the squad. Because